Good evening and welcome to the second Next Day Air FSTS graduation of 2023. We graduated 15 2 weeks ago, and tonight we celebrate the graduation of 13 more supervisors, and I couldn't be more proud of you guys. Each one of you brings something unique to the role that you're in, and I hope that this class has shed some light on some of the things that you need to do to become even more effective at your already tough but most important job here on the front line. But now you guys face the difficult part. You guys have to take what you guys have learned in the last 2 weeks and bring it back to the operation. And it's very, very easy to fall back on old ways once you get out of there just because of bad habits that you guys have developed. But I kind of equate this as like going to the gym. If you're going to the gym and you're trying to make gains, you're actually going to go to the gym the first couple of times and you're going to start feeling a little bit better, but you're going to look in the mirror and you're not going to really notice that much change or that much difference. A month, maybe 2 months down the road, you might see a little bit, right? But 6 months down the road, if you look back after going to the gym, you're going to say, man, that's a new me, right? If you take the soft skills that we teach you guys here in FSTS and take them back to your work area, you're going to see the exact same thing in your work area 6 months from now. You have an area that's running smooth and better, and probably better than it ever has before, all right? But you have to remember not to fall back on old habits. Please remember that after this class is over, RD and I will be here, as well as Joe will be here for you guys if you ever need anybody for a support system. We want you guys to be successful just as much as your management team wants you to be successful. But let's not forget some of the things that we've learned over the last 2 weeks. Remember the difference between leading and managing, and how one's an appointed title and the other is looked up to as a great role model. You manage tasks, but you lead people, and there are times we need you guys to be both. Remember the importance of leading all your employees and not just the 80%, because inclusion creates a workforce that's unstoppable and is 50% more productive. Remember the importance of being fair and consistent and not leaning on your employees. Accountability works if it's administered correctly. It's designed to change people and change behavior and not to terminate employees. Remember to engage with your employees. You need to build that special bond with each and every one of them. Your employees won't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Remember how important it is, or how important attitude is. All the things that we covered here in class aren't just UPS lessons, but they're life lessons as a whole. Don't ever forget that. If you ever need to, start singing in the mud, but don't ever ring that bell. The class wouldn't be the same if it wasn't for the help of Worldport Management Team coming in to give presentations for us. I thank the ones that actually came in for this last class and our future presenters for all the hard work that they do. I'd like to extend a special thanks to Jeff Semenik, Jeff Sirota, and Norman for all they do for FSTS. Jeff Semenik reinforces the importance of safety, retention, and relationship building with your employees. Sirota talks about you being the secret ingredient. The game plan to get things done is through your people, and you build them up through working on their relationships. Norman reinforces the difference between leading and managing. He stresses the importance of teamwork and planning, and he brings home the importance of relationship building by getting to know your first name within the first, half hour tonight? So again, don't ever forget the importance of that. He tells you to stay in school, always sharpen your saw, and keep learning new things. Norman, thank you for all that you do. I'd now like to turn the podium over to RD, who continues to be an added asset to FSTS. RD.
I would like to thank the Worldport management teams for sending their soups to FSTS, without which we would not be able to do what we do. So thank you. For the class, do not forget that we starts with I. Do not forget to inspect yourselves daily so that you can be more beneficial and more inspirational to the teams, the people that you touch on a daily basis. And never forget that you are you enough to do it. Never ever forget that. You are you enough to do it. Okay? With that being said, we can go ahead and start our graduation. First, we will have Edward, who scored a perfect test score on his test.
Hi, my name is Edward Long. I work out on the 911 ramp. I would like to thank my management team, both Bree Bickler and Eric Haycraft, as well as my full-timer Darren Myers, for allowing me to come to FSTS for these past 2 weeks. I would also like to thank James and RD for all that they've taught us these past 2 weeks in FSTS. And the biggest thing that I've taken away from this course is the history that defines us. Over the past 2 weeks, or with history, we've learned so much of our upbringing, what's made us who we are, understanding that the UPS Brown is Pullman Brown, and that just defines us, because as a Marine, devil dogs, not from us, it's from the Germans we faced during World War I. So understanding where you came from and where you're striving to be is what I took from this. Thank you.
Next, we will have Ebrima, who scored a perfect test score.
Hello, my name is Ebrima Sallah, and I came from de-ice and ramp training. I would like to say thank you to Dominic Murphy and Jeremiah Hargrove for sending me to FSTS. I would also like to say thank you to RD and James Herman for creating a nice environment for us to learn and adhere all the practical things to be a great supervisor. I would also like to thank all the guests that came in and taught us important lessons. Like with all the important lessons, one of the main one I will take from this is relationships. Building a great relationship is an important thing for us and our crew members, and that is one thing that I will know that I will take away from this great class. And I would like to thank everybody here for being a great team member and also just for being great people. Thank you very much.
Next, we will have Crystal, who won competition team and most improved.
Hello, my name is Crystal Willis. I work on the 9/11 ramp. I would like to thank my management team for allowing me to spend the last 2 weeks in FSTS, and James and RD for being really great teachers. So the many things that I learned, the thing that I took the most from this is building relationships, especially with those that can be more challenging. Thank you.
Next, we'll have Mackenzye, who scored a perfect test score.
Hello, my name is Mackenzye McAdams. I work in the freight facility. I would like to thank my management team, Brad Wright and Lisa Reed, for allowing me to attend FSTS. One of the most important things I have learned about FSTS that I will take with me from now and the rest of my life is to build and form strong relationships with my employees. It's easy to forget that people at UPS have lives outside of here. It's easy to just think about what's going on in your life. It's easy to ask how someone is doing and get one-worded answers. It only takes a few more seconds to ask to get a sneak peek into somebody's daily lives. It only takes a few more minutes to get to know them on a deep level and to really care about them so they know that you truly care about them. To try to create an environment where they're excited to come and work. Thank you.
Next, we will have Zach, who scored a perfect test score.
Hello, my name is Zachary Johnson. I work in small sort, and I would like to thank my management team, Tyler Burden and McSwain, for allowing me to attend FSTS. One of the many things I have taken away from FSTS is learning how important it is to build relationships with everyone. Once you get your relationships built with everyone, everything else will fall into place. FSTS has also helped me develop my public speaking skills. Before this class, I would do everything in my power to avoid talking in front of others. Now that I know all it takes is practice, I'm putting myself out there as much as possible. Thank you.
Now we will have Brian, who scored a perfect test score.
Hello, my name is Brian Bldg. I work in Wing C Ramp. I would like to take a minute to thank my management team, Matthew Murphy, Jedediah Miller, Mike Perkins, for allowing me to attend FSTS for 2 weeks, as well as RD and James for teaching me everything. The many things I learned at FSTS would be the different areas of the operation, accountability, and many other things. The biggest one that I learned is probably how to be a leader. I can take not only this, but everything else that I learned back to the operation with me. Thank you all.
we will now have Lucas.
Hello, my name is Lucas McCabe. I'm from Ramp 6, and I'd like to take a moment to thank my management team, Liz Higginson, Mark Riley, and Tristan Sneed for letting me be away from the operation for the last 2 weeks to better myself. I'd also like to thank James and RD for creating an environment where I could really branch out and meet new people and understand more about their role in the operation and my role in the operation. And I learned many things here at FSTS class, such as the importance of building strong relationships with your crew members, be they new people or if they've been here for even 30 years. Thank you.
Desmond. Desmond had a perfect test score and was voted best dressed. Congratulations, Desmond.
Hello, my name is Desmond Trowell. I come from Building 1, and I would like to thank my management team, Danielle, Mike, and Liz. In addition to my management team, I would not have learned as much as I did here at FSTS without RD and James. Although I'm still learning about my management team, among other things, I embrace this new role in a form of management myself. While I still have many things to learn going forward, of the many things I have learned about leadership in particular is undoubtedly the importance of communication and the factors that play into it. Thank you.
Noah. Noah had a perfect test score and won the Teamwork Award. Congratulations, Noah.
Hello, my name is Noah Kispert. I work in the Worldport Freight Facility, and I'd like to give a thank you to my management team, which consists of Brad Wright and Lisa Reed, for letting me take 2 weeks away from the operation to learn as much as I did here in FSTS. One of the many things that I learned from FSTS is the importance of building and managing relationships as well as expectations. Those are the foundations of what make a successful team. And lastly, I would like to give a big thank you to James and RD for being such outstanding teachers. None of this would have been possible without the teamwork and environment that they laid out. Thank you.
Carson. Carson had a perfect test score. Congratulations.
Hi, my name is Carson Satterly. I work in the one-day Wing A Outbound, and I would like to start by thanking my management team, Dylan White and Tyler Sawville. I would also like to thank everyone involved with the FSTS class. I've learned a lot of things over these past 2 weeks, but out of the most important of all of them, I've learned that relationships and proper and clear communications are the key to a strong and steady operation night in and night out. Thank you.
Randy. Randy had a perfect test score. Congratulations, Randy.
Hello, my name is Randy Arnold. I work in the Building 1 shift, and I would like to thank my management team, Micah Adams and Liz Higginson, for sending me to FSTS for the past 2 weeks. One of the most important things I learned was the importance of spending extra time developing relationships with your new hires and the positive benefits that associates with that development. Thank you.
DJ. DJ had a perfect test score, was voted best dressed, won the Jim Casey Legacy Award, and was part of the winning competition team. Congratulations, DJ.
Hello, my name is Dalen Horton. Everybody calls me DJ. I would like to thank my management team, Liz Higginson, Danielle Summit, and Michael Vaughn for allowing me to come these past 2 weeks to FSTS. I would also like to thank former management as well, Micah Adams and Joe Ballinger, for always being there by my side. What I've learned a lot about in FSTS is not only the development of our people, but also the development of ourselves. So before I give my legacy tonight and everything, I would just like to thank every single person for being here tonight. Is there any other way you would spend your Friday night? You feel me? To James and RD, the both of you have shaped and molded us all, not only just as good supervisors, but also even better individuals. You have personally aided in me finding 2 more great mentors at this company. To all my classmates, thank you for allowing me to lead and finalize our journey together. I can't wait. Thank you.
Tony. Tony was the Knowledge Bee winner, scored a perfect test score, and was part of the competition winning team. Congratulations, Tony.
Hi, my name is Tony Rayford. I work over in Wing H. First off, I'd like to thank my management team of Josh Dean and Joe Brasher for allowing me to come to FSTS for these last 2 weeks. I'd also like to thank RD and James for giving me so much knowledge that I was able to take away from these last 2 weeks to better myself as a supervisor and also better myself as a person. One of the biggest things I took from out of the many in this FSTS class was the power of being a great leader. It's one thing to be able to manage your people, give them instructions, tell them how to do things to run your operation, but it's another thing to be able to have your people follow you. Being able to have your people follow you is such a great tool because it'll better your operation. It'll also better you as a person. So thank you.
And now, with tonight's legacy, is DJ.
Okay. The legacy I picked was dealing with each person. In connection with these production figures, I want to stress again one point that has impressed me very greatly. Averages don't mean anything. Averages tell us what the group did, but in that group, there are some good producers, some average producers, and some poor producers. To get good production out of each person, we must first know what each person is doing. If we want production to be up to standard, we must deal with each individual and not just the group. The thing to do is find out what each person is really capable of doing as an individual and to deal with that person as an individual. And then I'll get in my little spiel, guys. When I look over this text before me, I look deep in text, I think about all the times people settle for less. I'm here to tell you that being average is never normal. One of the many definitions of average is being about midway between extremes. So I just want you to think about an example I have. Think about just a person being average height. Do they stand out to you anyway? Different color hair, anything, the clothes? Of course not. We have already perceived that they are just normal. Almost everyone I've asked this question sees either themselves or someone similar. What if I told you the person I saw was Bill Gates? A billionaire that owns one of the most known and lucrative companies in the entire world. Our employees are probably handing packages and containers with his products in them right now. He doesn't wear any fancy clothes, buy expensive things, or even gloat about his wealth. But he is still above average. No one is meant to stay average or be stagnant in life. In your life, who is the person that helps you to be above average? A mentor, right? I'm sorry, I lost my place. Or you could call them producers in your life. People who motivate, mentor, and uphold you to standards that are higher than status quo. Who are the people you have in mind? The biggest producer in my life is my father. He was one of the biggest forces for me, for even me being at this company. When I was 12, I lost my mother to epilepsy. This took a toll on not only me, but also my father. The thought of losing the person you love and having to raise 2 kids by yourself. A lot of people today still do this. A lot of people today still struggle with this. How do they overcome these obstacles? To think about who and why they fight to be above average. My father's why is me and my little brother. As troublesome as we may have been, he never gave up on us. My father would work 2 or even 3 jobs to keep us motivated. He instilled in us the value of hard work and determination, the value of having self-worth, and having the confidence to say you can do anything you put your mind. You can all be your own producer. Technically, You have already been doing this for years. You wake up, get ready for the day, and take it head on. That's the biggest task to being the producer in your own life. Being a productive person helps you in becoming above average. Think to yourself, how did I get to where I am today? For me, it was learning from past life experiences and using said knowledge to attain skills and traits. This is how all of us should feel. Here at UPS, we as supervisors have already become above average. Instead of following someone else's instructions, we now develop and lead the next generation of employees for the company. This is a skill a lot cannot accomplish. The ability to coach and hold others accountable is an expertise we have all gained. What are you going to do with the gift that you acquired? So to the entire Class 5, if we never meet again after tonight, which I hope isn't true, or if you haven't just been actively listening, please relate to these words I am going to say to you right now. Whenever you're struggling with that one employee or that other employee that isn't given the most effort, remember that they used to be you. A simple load, unload, shift, ramp, small sort employee. An employee that needs a producer to assist them in becoming an above average person. No matter if you or that employee stay with the company or move on to better things for themselves, UPS has always been about the development of people. So to Noah, Crystal, Ebrima, Mackenzye, Carson, Edward, Zachary, Brian, Lucas, Desmond, and my boy Red Tag Randy, I appreciate you all for being another producer in the evolution, not only for me as a leader, but me becoming above average. Hopefully I did the same for you all. Continue to build your own legacy, same as our four founders did before us. Thank you, and stay whimsical.
Class, you chose well. Very nice job, DJ. First, give yourself a big round of applause. Congratulations for your graduation, Class 5. Going forward, Edward, thank you for your service. Crystal, thank you for what you're doing. Mackenzye, congrats to your new addition. Some people have taken nicknames away from class like this. I don't know if we've ever had quite a Red Tag Randy before, but I hope you don't live up to your reputation there. Please make it, Fix It Red Tag Randy or No More Red Tag Randy. I don't know, whatever it might be. But graduation's officially over. Let's go have some fun, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Liz, for showing up and supporting your management team. And Joe, thank you as well. Now graduation's officially over. Go have some fun.